What if one of the most powerful leaders in history was completely erased and replaced with a scandal? For nearly 1,500 years, the world was taught to remember Mary Magdalene as a disgraced, repentant prostitute. But what if I told you that the ancient texts tell a completely different story? She wasn't a social outcast. She was a wealthy political patron, a fierce leader, and the absolute first person to ignite the movement that changed the world. So, who wanted her silenced? And how did she become the victim of history's greatest character assassination? Our story begins in Magdala, a wealthy, bustling fishing town on the coast of Galilee. This is where Mary got her name. But before she was a leader, Mary lived in a waking nightmare. The Gospel of Luke reveals she was tormented by 7 demons. In the ancient world, this meant she suffered from severe, paralyzing physical or mental illness. She was completely broken. But then, she met Jesus of Nazareth. With a single word, the darkness vanished. Restored and made whole, Mary didn't just thank him and go home. She walked away from her old life entirely to follow him. Now, pop culture usually shows Jesus and his disciples as a band of dirt-poor wanderers. But have you ever wondered, who paid for their food, travel, and shelter? The answer is hiding in plain sight. Mary Magdalene, along with a few other elite women, was the primary financial engine behind the entire movement. Luke chapter 8 explicitly states that Mary used her own private wealth to support them. She wasn't begging for scraps. She was a woman of high social standing and independent means. Without her financial backing, the ministry would have struggled to survive. So, if she was a wealthy, vital leader, how did her reputation get dragged through the mud? It all comes down to a single sermon on Easter Sunday, in the year 591 AD. Pope Gregory the Great stood before a crowd in Rome. Looking at the Latin scriptures, he made a colossal, historically unfounded leap. He declared that the unnamed, sinful woman who washed Jesus' feet in Luke chapter 7 was actually Mary Magdalene. With that one sermon, the Pope merged 3 entirely different biblical women into one. In an instant, Mary's leadership was erased, replaced by a fabricated narrative of sexual sin. It took the Vatican until 1969 to officially correct this mistake. But by then, the myth had already conquered history. But the ultimate proof of Mary's true power is revealed at the end of Jesus' life. When Jesus was arrested and crucified, his male disciples fled in absolute terror. They hid behind locked doors. But Mary Magdalene, she stood fearlessly at the foot of the cross. And on Sunday morning, she was the very first person to visit the tomb. She was the first to find it empty, the first to see the risen Christ, and the one commanded to carry the news to the hiding men. Because of this, the early church gave her the ultimate title, the Apostle to the Apostles. Mary Magdalene was never the outcast history claimed she was. She was a financial powerhouse, a loyal protector, and the first voice of a global movement. It's time we remember her for who she actually was. Did you grow up believing the myth about Mary? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to unearth more hidden truths from history, smash that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.